Hello, I'm Alex Brashears, and I'm a product manager here at Starburst. And today I wanted to, in addition to the general availability of our attribute-based access control functionality, we are also announcing a new functionality that allows users to automatically using AI tag data and make sure that security is properly applied to that. This ultimately reduces the level of effort needed to manage ABAC policies and give better business context. This particular functionality is in public preview, and what I'll do next is actually go through how it works and then do a demo. Okay, so the way the automatic data classification works is that we use a cluster that you've defined in your Galaxy environment after you've set up some catalogs, and then we then actually sample the data that you've defined, and we'll go at what that looks like in a second. We actually do a sample on that, and then we run it through the AI model, and then it finds the best match, if there is one, for a particular type, and assigns a tag to that. And then finally, the data owner can then accept or reject those tags, completing the workflow. Okay, let's jump right into the demo itself. So what you'll notice within Galaxy is there's now a new section under access control called data classifier jobs. And this is where you will define the particular data that you want to run on, what cluster, etc. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on create the classifier. And then from there, I will give it some basic metadata, name it, call it PII scanner in this particular example, choosing the cluster that I'll actually do the sampling on, and then I'll also choose the data that I want to scan on. And I'm able to do this on a catalog, schema, or table, so you have at various levels of granularity. In this case, I'm decided to do 3 different environments, one being S3 backed by a glue catalog, also a Redshift instance, and then even a Snowflake instance. Okay, I've selected all of them, and then I then have the choice of that I want to search for PII data and location data. And I can also choose to run this on a schedule. I'll decide to run it immediately, and then I'll also choose which role that I want this job to execute as. So now the job is created, and it is running in the background, and I'll ultimately get a notification when it's complete. Depending on the amount of data that you're ultimately scanning through, which primarily is determined by the number of tables, it could take some time to load. So we're going to pause the video and then let it run and pick up back on the results. Okay, so it's now completed. So I'm going to go ahead and view the results for this particular job, and you'll now see that there are many tags, I believe there's around 80, that are being recommended to the user based on that AI model. So there's 2 different options you have here. You have the option to apply the tag to each of these entities or discard them. I'm going to do both in this example because most of the addresses and first names look fine, but it seems like there may be some interesting data I need to dig into on the zip codes at the end. So I'm going to go ahead and accept these other ones that I'm confident about, but then reject the ones that I'm not good with yet. So now the tags that I wanted to be applied have been applied. I'm going to select the ones that I am going to reject, and then click the discard select tags, and these will be ignored and no longer tagged to that particular entity. So now I want to actually go find the tags. Went to the log section at first, but then decided I'm going to go ahead and go into the tag section and see which entities have been tagged. And you'll notice that there are several tags in this list that were automatically created based on the comment there. And you can see how many entities are actually tagged with that. I'm able to even click on those. In this case, I'm going to click on the first name, and that'll be able to see actually a full name, and then be able to see all the items that are tagged with that. And I could remove them if I wanted to in here, or apply the tag to other entities at the same time. I can also click on the tag itself and do see a search of all of the entities that are applied with this. In this example here, I'm seeing multiple columns that were automatically tagged using the automatic data classification. I can see some details about this one that I'm interested here in this Redshift environment. And then I'm ultimately going to click on it and see some details about this particular column. So I'm going to click on that and then see the results of it. Alrighty, so now you can see that the columns are now tagged, and I actually want to do a preview to just kind of validate that those are the right tags that should be applied there. And what this is doing is spinning up a cluster quickly and then doing a sample on that data. And I can see that the first name and last name are actually names. It seems to pass that test for me, so I'm feeling really comfortable about those. Thank you so much for watching this demo and learning more about automatic data classification within Galaxy. As mentioned before, ABAC is a part of this announcement, and the other features around it, including row filters, column masks, policies for security, etc., are now a part of the product. It's a general available feature. And as a reminder, the automatic data classification is a preview, but this entire suite can be trialed with a free account from Starburst Galaxy, and you can do that. Sign up for that at starburst.io. Thank you so much.